Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Pit Stain Hobbies and Marvel PHX. Ian and Todd building the awesome Agora ORCA ship from Jaws. We've got pack. What is this? 7? Holy hell!
7.
We're on pack 7.
We're halfway done.
Yeah, this is over halfway done. So we got pack 7. In this pack, we're going to be going under the deck, I think. And let's get these parts open. More of that little fancy paper. I never read it.
Oh, yes, you are right. I
says.
see the fuel tanks. I see hatches.
Yeah, we got hatches and fuel tanks and engine blocks and all sorts of fun stuff.
There is
here.
an engine.
Yeah.
You know, that was the question a lot of people had. If there's going to be an engine in this.
There will be an engine. There is.
Yeah, this is tray 21. And tray 22 and 23. This one is 22 on one side. And then we have a line, and then it goes to tray 23. So,
yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me get that one out of the way. We'll get this one in the way.
Yeah, this is exciting. You ready to unpack, and we'll get ready for the first stage? Stage 30. All right.
Totally.
Stage 30 coming up.
Okay, well, we've got stage 30 out right here. You can see it better on Todd's side of the screen. And we're going to start with this big chunkin' baby. And then
it's a hydraulic steering mechanism, it looks like.
Yeah.
But the first thing we need to do is cut this piece off here. So we'll do that real quick. Just right down to the blade.
Take that, fella.
And this is equidistant on both sides. This goes into that slot with this tab. So we are going to glue these things, I'm sure, if they don't fit real tight. Yeah, that's loose. So we'll use glue.
Yeah, glue is a good idea. Yep, for sure.
Glue that.
And let's see. Todd's holding on to his.
Well, it's got a bit of a little rounded bottom on it, so I'm just making sure it sits straight.
A little bit, yeah. It's not a bad idea.
So there you go. It fits right there.
Yep.
And that's honest. That's step 1 and 2. 1 is to cut that off. 2 is to mount that on there, just like that.
Yep.
Then we're going to need this little guy.
This little
gray screw.
Little nubbin McNubbins.
We're just going to snip that off. And this looks like a little pump maybe, or a little guy here. And that is just going to fit in this hole on the top. So that's just going to go in here.
And I'm going to use some
that also
zip
needs
kicker.
glue.
There we go.
Of course he will, because he loves zip kicker.
Oh, Todd hates zip kicker. I love
do
it.
Not like zip kicker. All right, so that goes there. And I just made it so this it's straight. That's going to take us through step 3 and 4, getting that in. Now we need to go in the bag.
Yes.
There's 2 little small hoses in this bag.
We got the bag.
Get that sliced
Some little
open.
detail bits.
Yep. There's one that has a much wider bend in the hose on the left there. And that's the one we're going to use first. This one's 21A and this one's 21B. So we'll put this to the side and we'll use this guy.
21A.
And it's going to go right between those 2 holes. So between here and here.
Ah.
And we'll get that glued in.
Yes.
It does have a little bit of
some glue.
A little schmeg on the corner of it. I'm going to clip that off, right? There's a little piece of the gate. Get that. And then get a little glue. Actually, I'm going to glue the pegs.
Ow.
Little less messy than usually.
Little zip kick. There we go.
So
there we go.
Just like that. So that's glued in there. And then the other one is just going to fit the other way.
Yeah.
Just like that. So we'll do the same thing. I'm just going to pull the glue on there. Put glue on there. Now this needs to be bent, but it does fit. There's a little flex, and you have to flex it a little bit, but it should go in just like that. And that takes us through step 6. Is getting the second hose on.
Oh, I'm having trouble.
All right.
Houston, we're having trouble.
You got to give it a little flex.
I'm trying.
And while he's doing that, you guys can clip off this guy. This is the beginning of step 8. So we'll get that prepared. And that's all there is on this sprue. And if you look on the bottom of this one, there's 3 pegs on it.
Ah,
he's still flexing his hose.
I'm having trouble.
And then if you look closely on the steering gear, there's 3 holes here, here, and here. These are very bent. I'll have to bend those back.
Oh my God.
You all right, dude?
Nope. I'm having trouble. I think I got some zip kicker that was still wet when I put in my CA glue.
Oh yeah.
You got to worry about using zip kicker. So now I've got to
and that's going to
figure this out
just like that. While he figures that out, we'll give this a glue. He's getting that sorted. Where's my little tiny guy? Here we go.
I got it. I'll be good. Just give me a sec.
For those that haven't been watching, this is just a pin vise with a piece of craft wire in it that I use for very, very small places where I need to put glue. And then we'll just grab this and slide this right into those 3 holes. Just like that. I wonder where they got the design for this. Did they just make it up, or did they actually somehow go under the floor of a replica boat or something?
I have no idea. But I got
to cut boat.
This guy out.
Mm-hmm. So now while he's doing this, this is going to end up in this. There's 2 of these. One is a little longer. We want the shorter one. And this has 2 pegs on the bottom, and it's just going to drop in there and just sit just like that. And we're going to secure this from below with the 2 screws. We only got 1 bag of screws, PWB, D4s. So we'll just grab a couple of these. There's a whole bunch of screws in this pack. They're all the same kind, but there is a whole bunch of them.
Well, screws are good. They are easier than crazy glue.
Sometimes. Depends on how fine detail it is, you know?
It depends. Yep. Okay. So now I'm supposed to put this into here.
And that just fastens on the back with 2 of those D4 screws. Just like that. And that's what you have. That's the steering gear.
You can just move along. I don't have my screws ahead. Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
That's okay. What we do need to do is, and don't forget, we did not use this little guy right here on the brown sprue. So keep this for later. That's a fuel hose. Yeah. But we are going to need the main deck, and we are going to need this piece here. This is just the hatch flange. So we are going to need the main deck, and we're going to have to turn it over. So I recommend taking the roof off. Sorry.
Roof.
Here's your main deck. We've connected these together in the last stage.
You know, you're going to have me saying roof sooner or later.
I know. This is going to go right here. So we're going to flip this over like so. And then this flange just sits right here, just like that. Doesn't get attached or anything. It's going to get held into place by the this guy. And then with this to the rear this goes towards the rear. So this faces this way and goes on those 4 pegs just like so. And then we're going to screw this into the deck with 4 more of those same D4 PWB screws.
Wait, how does this? Where does this go in?
like that, facing up.
Oh, okay. There we go.
It just sits in there, and this guy sits on top, and then we'll put the screws in. How you been, Ian? Ian's power went up last night.
Yeah,
storms.
I lost power. It was not fun. But you know what? I got to try out the new generator. So
yeah, how'd that work?
Worked fine once I figured it out. I had the whole generator pointed the wrong way towards the house. So I had the exhaust pipe facing the brick siding, and it was setting off the CO alarm and shutting off the generator. I had to turn it around. Then I'm like, oh, wow, now it runs for more than 2 minutes. What do you know?
There's your steering gear in there.
Yep, I got 3 more screws to go here.
And when he finishes that, that's the end of that stage.
Yeah.
That is stage 30 complete.
Yeah, Todd doesn't know about power outages. He has all underground utilities.
Oh, yeah.
New neighborhood.
Yep.
Fiber underground, power underground.
Yep.
I'm shocked my water doesn't come off a pole. It's crazy over here.
Everything is underground here.
Yeah.
And we have super hard dirt in Arizona, so I don't know what.
Yeah, there we go.
It's just cheaper to put it above the lines. There you go. You got it in. And that's
we ended up with the same looking thing.
Look at that.
Small miracles.
Yeah. Let's move on to stage 31.
Okay. Well, we're on stage 31. Yeah. Don't throw gang signs up, Todd. No gang signs.
We need these 7 parts. We're going to be building the
Agora video.
This is the fuel tank area. The fuel tanks are marked left and right, but this isn't symmetrical. If you look very closely at this, there's a bigger gap between this hole and the edge than there is between this hole and the edge. That way, when we put the left tank in there, this is the front. When we put the left tank in there and get it screwed down, it should be centered front and back. So let's get the left tank in there.
Tricky.
Yeah, let's get the left tank in there. I'll show you what I mean. We'll get the left tank, and then we're going to just install the right tank as well. So just get these. Get them poles lined up. Right one. Well, you'll see here in a second. Get that one in, and get this one in.
I think I have it.
And it should look like this. And this being the front of the ship. So this is your left tank. And you see the gap here to the wall and the gap here to the wall is the same. If these were backwards, it's slightly off by like maybe that much, but you'll be able to see the difference. So, but anyway, putting the left tank in, they do have you put the left tank in, and then we'll put the right tank in. That's step 1 and 2, and this will be step 3. So we'll do that the same way with 2 more screws. The same D4 PWV screws.
Yep.
I like that there's some under deck stuff. You can have the hatches open if you wanted to.
It is quite nice, yeah.
I was in the same boat. I didn't know. In the same boat. I wasn't sure if there was going to be an engine or not. A lot of people were thinking about 3D printing one and different stuff. So I'm good. Good to see that there's an engine.
You get under deck accoutrement.
There's your left and right tanks, and that completes step 3. For step 4, we are going to need this little hose that we didn't use the first time. Now, be careful because there's a D-shaped pin on this end of this guy right here. We don't want to cut that off. So when we remove this, we want to make sure we save that little guy. So
it kind of wants to bend off on its own, like just separate naturally.
Yeah. Yeah, and then if you look at this, this is I'm pretty sure this was the fuel valve that's switched between the tanks. And if you look on the side of that, it does have a D-shaped hole. that D-shaped pin is just going to be glued into that hole, just like so. It's a very loose fit, so we're going to get glue in there.
Yep.
Just like so. And then we'll try, oops, I got glue on my fingers. I felt it.
Oh, you did?
And once that's in there, we're just going to kind of make sure that that's straight, or I am going to try to make sure it's straight and parallel. And we'll give that a second to dry. So it looks just like this. Straight with that hose and straight top to bottom parallel with the other two. And I'm just going to give that a second to dry. While that's drying, we can look at the next part. What's going to happen is there's a tab on the bottom of this right there. That tab is going to fit into this slot on the smooth side of this plank. And I do believe, if we get this right, that it's going to sit just like this. I'm trying not to bump the part that I just glued, but it's going to sit, the hose, the part that we just glued, the little elbow hose, is going to face towards the long end of the plank here. So we can probably get that started too. I'll glue it from the back side. Ooh, that is way too much. Way too much glue. Just use a little bit here.
Yep.
And that's going to
She's in there good.
Oh, mine fell out. No. You know, I'm going to put a little glue on the bottom of this guy.
It's so scratchy.
Just like that. Put this in there. Give that a second to bond. Make sure it's straight. You want it to be straight. So the side pipes coming off should be parallel, or I should say perpendicular, to the plank. So it's like this, nice and straight. Just like that.
Close enough.
Close enough for what, government work, you say?
Government
and then we're going
work,
to take this assembly. It has two posts. Two posts go in the two holes. It's just going to drop down there.
So the two pipes are going to go closer to the black fill caps here.
Yep, just like that.
And they're going to get glued down. Supposedly.
Who is? The pipes?
Well, it says glue part 21E to 21D.
Oh, maybe they do want it glued. All right.
It says glue.
Then I will pop it back out. It feels like it's got screw posts. I thought it would be screwed maybe, but it does say glue.
I don't know. I'm just going to put a glue around the edge of those posts.
It won't hurt anything. We'll just put some glue in these holes, the big holes here. Like that. Drop this plate back down in there. It does kind of snap. And that's that.
I mean, it fits in pretty good, but they say to glue it, so it's up to you.
No, it kind of snaps and holds itself in really well. It doesn't really need glue, but it's not going to hurt.
Yeah, you know, sometimes they say just fit it on there, and you're like, oh, it's fine. It doesn't need glue. Other times they're like, glue it, and you're like, this doesn't need glue. It fits fine.
Yep. And just like before, go ahead and grab your rear deck or your deck assembly. We're going to go ahead and flip it over again.
Flip her upside down.
And this time we're going to use this double flanged, and that's just going to rest there and get captured by this guy here. Is going to go with these towards the front.
Yep. With the black fuel caps towards the front, like Todd said.
And then we'll give that a 4 more of the D4 PWD screws. Just like so. Make sure they're snug. That's it. All 4 of those are in. Flip it over.
Todd's just speed boating me today. There we go.
And there's your fuel tanks under the deck. With their fuel lines and a fuel selector, probably, is my guess. So now we have these 2 compartments filled. That does complete stage 31, by the way. We'll let him get caught up. Then we're going to start working on the. Yeah, we're going to start working on the the planks, the covers, the actual hatch covers that go on here.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Should be fun.
Lots of weathering options abound here.
Mm-hmm.
These underdeck compartments.
Yeah, I see more brass that I'm going to be painting old bronze as well. You good?
Oh, yeah. Yep, I'm good.
Let's go on to stage 32.
Okay, well, we're back, and we're on stage, what, Todd? 32? 32. There we go. Oh, yes, beautiful parts. We
do need it. Yeah, these pieces come from the next part of the bin, so they're from the other tray. But all the rest is the remainder of the first tray.
Unless so you lost something on your workbench in the giant mess that I have.
That's right.
You'll be hunting. Yes.
You ready for step one?
First thing. Yeah, step one is
step one is complete. I'm actually
pop that down in there.
Yeah, you could glue this down in there. I'm not going to glue this in yet because I am going to, just like I did with my other brass, I'm going to paint these with my AK Old Bronze metallic pen. So I'll be painting these to match my other stuff that I already painted brass. So I'm not going to glue this in there, but it does. You can glue it. It's got 4 little pegs that go through to 4 little holes in the backside. So
yeah,
you can do that if you'd like. Then
it doesn't really need glue.
No, it kind of stays in there. This just drops in. Do not glue this. Do not glue it. Do not glue it.
No
do
glue.
Not glue it. This is the hatch to the engine, so the engine room or the engine compartment, I should say, really. So you need to be able to remove this so you can see it. So this just kind of sits there. Now this side, which is this guy here, the dark brown, has a peg that goes into this side. This side we can't attach. So this side gets attached with one of the D4 PWB screws from underneath. So we can do that. And that is the engine room compartment hatches. Can you guess what we're doing next with these?
Putting them in the cabin.
That you are correct. Yeah, this gets us through stage 3. So it's 1, 2, 3. Attach that with a screw. Stage 4 is grab your compartment again, flip it over.
Yep.
Now, the thing I said if you were grabbing from the second tray is this guy here. So he's going to fit like so. No, we got to put this in first.
Yeah.
So this fits in here, and that panel's, I'm sure, going to fall out while I'm doing it. And then we're going to cover it with this.
I lost the screw.
Uh-oh. So we'll cover it with this the blue section here, 4 screws to screw it down. And I'm sure my engine cover is going to fall out while I'm tightening these, but that's okay because that's meant to be removable.
3 screws optional.
Well, you have a spare. Did you lose the spare too?
I think I let 2 of them rip right across the workbench.
Very nice. How very Ian of you.
How very Ian of me.
Yes.
Well, at least you know if you lose more than 1 screw, you can still build the model.
So there's that compartment. Those hatches put in. Here's what it looks like from above. Very nice in the floor. Looks very nice in there. Like I said, I will be painting those to match the rest of my brass.
Dope.
Well, I'll probably wait for him to catch up.
Another screw somewhere.
Well, do you have all the screws from the previous packs? Oh, you got it. There you go.
Somewhere. I don't know. We're fine.
Yeah.
We're all good here.
Very good. So that was step 5, getting that secured to the floor. We're going to scoot back to our rear section again where we did those previous ones.
Yes.
And once again, we have a frame. This is going to be your step 6. This has 4 pegs that goes into these 4 holes, and this is what gives that a frame. Again, I'm going to glue this later after I paint it.
I'm going to glue it now.
Yeah, he's not going to paint it.
Because I'm going to give an overall weathering.
Yeah. Can you imagine where this one goes?
This specific part.
If you said right here, you'd be correct. So this is step 6. This is step 7, is to glue these down. And then step 8 is simply just putting the hatches on, which are the last 2 remaining parts. And they just do not glue
favorite
these.
brand.
These are meant to be removable, so do not glue them. They just drop in there and sit just like that. They're meant to be removed.
I'm not even throwing mine in yet because I crazy glued my trim down. So I want to make sure the crazy glue dries before I go.
No, that's good.
Throw these in.
People can see what it looks like on mine. There you go.
Yeah.
And that is all of our floor compartments closed up. And that finishes that stage.
Okay, stage 33. We're going to start on the engine. Fun times.
Just need these 4 little parts.
Red.
And this little bag of wires and belts. It is very red. It is very it is very red. It's what it's
this
model.
Plastic or resin?
This feels like resin.
This feels like resin.
There's no way that this is cast resin. There's no way that this is 3D printed because of all the shapes. You couldn't have molded this.
Oh yeah.
So this is actually resin, which is nice. It's very solid. But the first thing we need to do is
twisting a razor blade in the hole there.
Yeah,
it's definitely cast.
This has to be. We're gonna put our little. This is a starter, and there's a.
It does not.
Pin
it
right
needs
there.
glue. It needs glue.
And I think this goes on just like that with the solenoid detail on the bottom, and it does need glue. You are correct.
Yeah, it's not a snug fit, so we'll just throw a little glue on there. Oh! Let me get a little zip kicker. See if that helps. Todd hates zip kicker.
There you go. That is step 1. Step 2 is and I believe this is a water or oil manifold on this guy, but this guy is going to go on the other side of the engine over here. And he has a pin right there, and that pin's going to go into this hole here, kind of like this. And then does it have another tab? All right.
I'm trying to figure this out.
So what it looks like.
Is it just kind of...
I think it just goes straight. It goes kind of straight back. And what I'm guessing is, and based on the shape of this part right here, that this should match it. And what that also does, it means that this hole up here is pointing up top, pointing straight out the top.
Yeah.
And this black hose has a flat spot that is also even with the top. So that's the angle that I'm going to glue this in.
Yep. Same here.
So put some glue in this guy. And it does touch, excuse me, it does touch just underneath this tab. So I'm going to put a little dab of glue there as well. Let's give it some support. And we're going to drop this guy in there. Just like this. Line him up to be even with that shape with the front edge, just like that right there. So these 2 pieces are lined up. That's what I'm doing. A little hard to tell from the pictures, but that is where I believe it's supposed to go. And that way, this is flat. This one's pointing straight up.
Yes.
And that's that manifold. I think that's maybe oil or water pump. Could be a water pump.
Who knows? Hydraulics.
Yeah. That could be a hydraulic pump. Yeah, like a PTO hydraulic pump. Sure. I would agree. I concur. So this is step 2, adding this piece here. Yeah. Step 3 is going to be adding our filter.
Yeah, this could be a fuel filter, an oil filter.
I'm guessing this is an oil filter just because it's so low on the crankcase, and we do have another set of filters for what I believe are fuel. So this has a long tab. That tab's going to go into this slot right there.
Well, diesel engines often also have coolant filters. So
sure, but it's definitely some kind of filter. So that's going to fit right there.
Yeah, trans filter, oil filter, coolant filter, power steering.
Now, I would normally go to town on an engine like this and get all the colors and repaint it, paint the filters and all this kind of jazz. But this is going to be under the deck. And once it's mounted under the deck, you're not going to be able to see a whole lot of this. So
you are never going to see it.
Yeah. So
not just under the deck inside the cabin.
Yes.
Like under the deck, under the cabin.
Glue that guy right there. Usually it's straight with the bottom of the engine. So kind of get like that. And that was step 3. Now, step 4, we get to have some fun. We get to play with pipes. So there's 4 little pipes in here, and these in a rubber band, which is our belt. So try not to cut these.
Yep.
But we are going to need the belt, and we are going to need, I think, 3 of the pipes. One's a spare. Now, what I love about what Agora has done lately is these are not just vinyl hoses like they used to be in other models. These are actually small, tiny little pieces of wire. So they have, because they have a wire inside them, you can bend them to any shape you want, and they'll stay that way.
Yeah, they've got little metal wires inside.
Yeah,
which is very nice.
Yeah. So the first 2 connections we have to make are between that right there, and maybe I'll use my tweezers if I can hold them. Between this little hole right there and this bottom hole of this guy right here. So that's where these first need to go. So let's get these bent. I usually just use my fingers to get started. You can use the shaft of a screwdriver to give you nice round bends, things like that. But let's get these in place, and we'll be right back. What do you think?
Yeah, sounds good. We'll be right back. Okay, look at that engine block. We did all 3 hoses.
Yeah, so we'll show where they go. So that first one went from underneath the oil filter into this lower hole. This guy goes from the top. Let's see if I can get this on camera. Top one into this hole on top of the, I think this is like a oil pump or hydraulic pump. And then the rear one, this side hole goes into the top of the oil filter. You can bend those and just keep messing with them, and you can shape them into whatever you want and glue them into place.
It helps if you have a 1 or 1.5 millimeter drill bit, like a pin vise.
Yeah, if you need to widen these holes for any reason, you can just open up the resin. These are resin parts.
Yeah.
You can just open those up.
The paint blocks them in a little bit. Yeah.
But that gets those 3 hoses. And that certainly gets us through stage 6. Yeah. And now we get to put the belt on, which is just this guy, and we're just going to throw him around these pulleys. He just goes around these 3 guys on the front. And do I have my soft?
Just like that. Look at that.
Stretch it around there. You could put it on. I mean, these pulleys have 2 slots, so I guess you could just. But this one only had 1, so I had to get it so it's straight on the front of the engine. I did it to that one. It doesn't really matter. I guess you could do this one. Maybe we'll put it on that one and see what it. Nah, it stays better on the back one. Yeah, it's fine. Anyway, that's your belt.
Oh, man, now you made me mess it all up. Trying to get it on.
Well, there's only 1 pulley on this top guy, which this is probably the water pump, I'm guessing. And the hydraulic.
Well, there's 2 pulleys on this.
Look. Well, this is an alternator crank.
Yeah, alternator.
It's probably the water pump or camshaft.
I'm saying play it safe. Go in the back groove of.
This has got to be oil. This is hydraulics. That's a hydraulic pump right there. So, yeah, I mean, whatever you want to do. It's just getting them around these three accessories here. And that takes us through step 7. And guess what? That finishes this stage.
That's it. Yeah.
So that's the end of stage 33. It's part 1 of building the engine. And we're going to move on to adding more to this.
Yes. Okay. Well, now we're on stage 34, building the rest of the engine. Looks like some mountings.
Yeah. Yes. So engine mounts. So we have 1 that has this little corner cut out of it. This guy here. And then 3 that are all the same. So we'll go ahead and get these all out. But
so the one that has the corner cut out goes near this oil filter.
Near the oil filter. Yeah. So these are going to get glued in here just like this.
And I'm gluing. Yes, we are gluing these, aren't we?
Love gluing. So
Yeah,
what I'm going
Todd
to do
loves
is
his glue,
I'm going to put glue in
but
all
he hates
four
Zip
holes.
Kicker, oddly enough.
Well, because my glue doesn't smell and Zip Kicker does. So we're going to put the foot in there and we'll make sure it's nice and straight. And then we'll do the same thing with these guys. They should go front to back, just like the first one. So they're lengthwise this way. And we'll put all three of these other feet in.
Yep.
Little engine pads.
Little rubber isolation mounts.
Yeah. There you go, just like so. 4 of those are in. Step 1 was, noticing that this had a notch. Step 2 is adding this. Step 3 is adding the rest of them.
Oh, wait. What the fudge? My alternator just broke off.
Why'd you break your alternator off?
I didn't break it off. It was part of the 3D resin part.
You broke this part off?
Yeah, I broke off the alternator.
Oh.
It just snapped.
Well, that should tell everybody be careful with this part.
We need a timeout here for a second.
All right. We're going to let him fix that. So that's fine. We'll let these mounts dry. They just moved on me anyway. We'll let these engine mounts dry, and we'll be right back. We're back. You got it fixed?
Yes.
Got his mounts on, got his alternator glue back on.
I glued my alternator back on. I don't know how I broke it, but
yeah,
my meat fingers do strange things.
We can set the engine aside for right now, because what we need to do is we need to work on the intake. And in a bag, you'll find these 3 little hoses. They are different, but they're all 3 are different. But one we want has this large tab on the side of it. And what we're going to do is grab this, what I believe is some kind of air filter system or air plenum of some sort. Yes? And this hose is going to go tab into this slot just like that. And so this hose, the short end comes down and attaches to this. So we'll get that glued in.
I'm going to put a little glue and a little of Todd's favorite chemical in the world, Zip Kicker.
You're going to mention it every time?
Well, the only thing that makes Todd gag more than Zip Kicker is watching a goat give birth.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, likely.
Okay.
It's probably a pretty horrific sight.
Yeah. Well, step 4 was identifying these 3 hoses. Step 5 was getting this guy mounted. Now we're going to turn this around, and you're going to find this big square right here. And then we're going to grab the long hose, and this long hose has a flat end here. That flat end should aim, when you put this in there, it should be coming out the same, it should be facing the same side as this hose. So it should look like this.
Oh, yeah, this one.
So we'll get that glued in.
Like, nope. Upside down. This almost doesn't need glue.
You could almost, So it should look like that with the flat end facing up on the same side as this. Just like so.
Kind of doesn't need the glue.
Yeah. I think this particular pipe disappears out of the engine bay, so you won't see where it goes. But then we have this long tab right here on this guy. And if we grab our engine, you'll see this slot right here. That's just going to fit.
Oh, yeah.
Like this. You'll notice that pipe goes between the hydraulic pump and the engine block. So it's going to glue up just like that. Now, it also meets up with this pipe we added before. It meets up with that. So, I bet you this is a hydraulic tank, since it touches the hydraulic pump. So we'll put some glue on this tab. And then I'm going to put just a little bit down here too for that pipe that's underneath. And we'll slide that in. Just like so.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. It does kind of meet up with that little guy from down below.
Yep. And this guy goes, I'm just going to line him up
There's a nice little motor.
Straight through there. And then I put a little glue under there to capture where that guy touches it.
You
so
know
this
what,
must be a
Todd?
hydraulic tank. Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at this engine, and this is a 3D printed part, it looks like. I see layer lines.
Yeah. That's what I said. It's resin print. You can see the layer lines right
it's
here.
a resin print.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is great because it has a ton of detail. Like, you couldn't get this in plastic.
Yeah.
This would be 14 different parts. So I mean, at the the 6-inch rule, it's or 6-inch rule, it's gonna look great. So we got that pipe running. I have it just going perpendicular through here. We have our oil hydraulic tank on there, and that gets us through step 7. And guess what?
Yes.
Stage complete. So that is the end of stage 34.
That looks really good.
We have our little engine going.
Just a little bit of like regular Tamiya weathering would be great on this.
Oh, if you just wash this whole thing, it would probably look
just
great.
like a Tamiya brown or black wash.
Sure, a little bit of both, maybe.
Yeah.
So it's interesting on your camera. This is much more the same color to my eyes. It's actually a little more red. On yours, it's very orange.
Yeah.
But to my looking at it in front of me, it's closer to this color on the screen than it is his color. His camera's making his reds look orange. So it is much more reddish, kind of almost pink, but it's red.
It really is it's not pink, it's not orange, it's just red. Like, here's plier handles. They're a little redder, but not much. Yeah. Nice and red.
Are you ready for the final stage, stage 35?
Yes.
Let's do it. We'll be right back.
Okay, stage 35. We're almost there at the finish line. Finishing up the engine.
Yes. So we have our cylinder head assembly. It looks like we've got some air filters, probably some, an air box. Looks like an air filter. This is the cylinder head. Also resin printed, by the way. This piece here. Kind of complex.
They feel good. They feel good.
Yeah.
They're solid.
We're looking for this square right back here on the side. We're going to take, which I'm assuming are the fuel filters, because there's 2 of them with sight glasses. That's just going to go in there just like that. So let's get that glued in.
Yep. I'll glue these suckers in. This is, I think, the first part work I've ever built with 3D printed parts.
I feel like I've seen it before, but I don't remember what it was.
That I'm aware of.
Yeah. So there's our 2 little fuel filters. That's just step 1, getting these guys on. Now, step 2 is grabbing that the 4th pipe that we didn't use in the previous stages.
Oh, yeah, we need that. We thought it was a spare before, didn't we?
Yeah, couple stages ago, and that looks like it's going to go between. Oh, I see where it goes. So there's a hole on the top of this air filter, and there's a hole in the top of this vent on top of the cylinder head. So it's going to go between that hole and this hole. So we'll get that bent, and we'll come right back.
All right, we're back on what is this, stage 35, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Step 2.
On the engine, we've got our little hose here.
Look at that breather hose. Little breather line.
Step 3, we got to put this big pipe.
Yeah, this is the intake elbow. That definitely goes in there. Oh, this is a nice tight fit. But it goes like this. Yeah. And it has a bend up. So it goes like this. So we'll get that glued in.
There's no such thing as too tight. Man, I need like a pair of vice grip pliers to squeeze this crazy glue. Like, do I need to buy a new bottle?
Oh, I have 6 or 8 bottles of that stuff now.
Yeah,
Just like that.
I only have 2.
And that's going to be our intake line. That's going to take us through step 3. Now, step 4 is going to be of the 2 hoses that are left, one has a round pin on it, and one has a little tab on it, a little square peg. So if we take this guy and look at the very back of him, there's a slot right there. And this is going to hook in that slot, where it's going to definitely need glue, but it's going to hook in that slot like this, in there.
Where?
Underneath the square part, there's a slot in the back of the intake manifold right there. And this is going to go right in there. And that's kind of a loose fit, so we'll use my toothpick so I can get a good amount of glue under there. And we'll go under here.
Oh, it's a D-shaped slot.
It's not really D-shaped. No, it's a tab.
It kind of looks D-shaped.
Well, this is a square peg and this is a tab. Now, I'm guessing the orientation of this is going to go straight down and touch the engine. So I'm going to kind of do it like this. And what I'm going to do is we'll test fit this on the engine, because this should go, I believe, this way. And nope, it's not going to go that way. Does it go this way? Aha. Yeah. So I'm test fitting this on the engine, because this is the block, right? And so you can see where that hose that we're just putting in goes down and touches the looks like the water pump. I don't know why, but it is. So I'm just going to adjust this just so it touches that and sits just down there. There's a little spot on the pump where it looks like it rests against. So I'm just going to kind of scoot it in there so it's up and underneath the belt. Like so. That way it sits up underneath there. And I'm just going to let that dry. I have not glued this on. I'm just doing it so I can see where that hose goes. Just like that. Then we'll take it off and let it dry. So that's.
I think Tony accidentally tried to put her truck in 4-wheel drive while she's on dry roads.
Oh, you don't want to do that.
Great idea.
No. Now, on the other side of this, the other end, I should say, now we have a round hole right here. And this hose has the round peg. That's going to go into here like that. And once again, I'm going to put this on the engine so I can see where it goes so we can get it aligned properly. So I'll put this back on here, and you can see that basically that hose is meant to go from here to here. So I'm going to get that. A little glue. I'm not going to glue that side just yet.
Yep.
Just like so. And that way it looks like that's one continuous pipe. And we'll let that dry for a second. He used zip kicker, I use my breath.
Well, which is hotter?
It's about the moisture. I use hot breath because hot breath has a lot of water in it, and that's what activates CA glue.
Fair enough. I don't think anyone's breath is as hot as zip kicker. I'm sorry.
That very well may be true for you.
Yeah. So let's see here. What do we got?
So we end up with this, that one, and then this is step 5, and now step 6 is we're actually going to go ahead and put this on the engine, which will be step 6. And if everything works out, everything should line up.
Oh, it looks awesome.
So I'm going to go ahead and put a
bit
lot
of
of glue on
glue.
these pegs. I'm going to put some glue on top of the block. At both ends. And then what I'll do is, just for fun, is we'll put a little glue on the ends of this pipe and this pipe and this pipe, because that's where it's all going to attach. So we'll bring this around, bring that up, put that on.
There we go.
That guy touches there. That guy touches there. This guy at the front, this little guy's a little misaligned, but I'm not too worried about it.
This is one miserably overbeaten engine in the movie, but it looks great here.
And we'll just keep that squeezing that, and we'll look all around, make sure all our pipes are lined up. Here's that pipe that came up between the engine, the hydraulic pump touches this guy.
Yeah.
So maybe this is the hydraulic tank sitting on the front here. And it goes down into a reservoir or a pump reservoir. But that completes the last stage. So that is stage 35 and pack 7 done. This is eventually going to go into the model. So there's our engine. Yeah, it could surely be weathered. You know, get all mucky and dirty, and paint some various things, different colors, bolts and nuts, and give it some dry brushing to give it some, you know, anger.
Yeah, it is begging for a weathering, and this thing will be under here spitting out black death right under here. It's gonna look great. It's gonna look amazing.
So for pack 7, that's what we did. We added the compartment here, the compartment here. These do have what's a good way to suck these out? I don't have my my little needle pen. I suppose I could just turn it over. They'll fall out.
You could just whack on the bottom.
Yeah, right.
But if somebody wanted to go the extra mile and put a smoke generator from a RC tank somewhere in the bowels of this thing with battery pack and have it just belching out smoke, that would be pretty cool.
So that was, you know, the engine's going to sit down there just like that. Eventually, we'll get to that. We'll put the engine under there and it'll be hidden to our cover. We got our fuel tanks with our fuel selector valve right here. We have our steering gear back here. And these all have their own individual covers.
Yeah. This is a pretty cool model, man. I like it. A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
I think they'll have the prototype at IPMS Nats, maybe. They had it at Martha's Vineyard with World of Wayne.
Oh, well, if it's in the country, that would make most sense, sure.
Yeah, so they already had it at Martha's Vineyard for the Amity Island anniversary with World of Wayne and Tom from Agora. Oh, man, this thing's going to be awesome.
So there is your pack 7. We built our engine.
Very cool.
We added all our compartments. I think it looks fantastic. I can't wait to start working on the hull.
I am very happy with this.
You know, we got we got these ribs very early on.
I don't know what we're doing with them.
Just hanging on to them.
Just waiting.
So, yeah, you close this out, man. That was a quick one.
Awesome. Yeah, that was a great video. So thank you, Agora Models, for sending us this model. And thank you, everybody, for watching. Please click the links below. Like, follow, subscribe, and definitely go to agoramodels.com to subscribe to the amazing ORCA model from the movie Jaws. This thing is going to be massive, so giant, and fantastic. And there's more amazing models coming out every month from Agora.
You know, in this month, July 2026, they said 3 new models. Yeah.
3.
Well, we know one of them. That's the Ferrari Transporter with the two
the Ferrari
2007
Transporter
Ferrari cars. Yeah.
I'm gonna guess the next 2 might be 007 related, but that no information. I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Very exciting.
So yes. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Pitstain Hobbies and Marvel PHX. Adios, everybody.
See you later, everyone.